Danfo Dreams is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie is on Ruth Kadiri 24/7. A recap of this movie talks about two siblings or three siblings who lost their parent to accident and they were left to survive on their own. They were left in the care of an uncle who was supposed to take care of them, but of course the uncle was nowhere to be found. So these young siblings had to fend for themselves as well, and they became Danfo drivers. The guy fell in love with this young girl who advised him to go back to school and study computer engineer, and that was how his life turned around for good. This is what Danfo Dreams is about. What I like about this movie, I'll start with cinematography. When it comes to Ruth Kadiri movies, she has one of the best cinematography in the game. And for me, you guys know that I always love cinematography that are bright, not the dark ones. I don't know, this is my preference, this is my opinion, guys. So yes, with Ruth Kadiri, her cinematographies for me are some of the best in the game, and that is what I like about this movie. Another thing I like about this movie is location. Yes, location was really good. I love the Danfo station. I love the house they were moving or they were living in. That's like more like the ghetto or the poor state in their house. I love that. And I love that they show the rooms or the room that they lived in the house. I mean, most times when they do this kind of movie, they don't really show the room, they just show the outside part of the ghetto. So I appreciate that they show the room, the activities in the room. I like all of that. And of course, most of the shoots were also done on the street because Danfo Dreams, they had to drive along the street and stuff like that. So streets hawking was also done. So location wise, I think I like it for this movie. Another thing I like about this movie is costume. Costume for me was really good. Looking at Kelvin and of course Annabel, they were the main characters obviously. So they didn't have money, they were poor. So their outfit, you could tell that yeah, these people do not have anything to hold on to financially. They were looking for help, and they appeared, so the makeup on her face, you know, she looks a little bit not put together at all, and that fit her role that she was playing as someone who was really hustling. I like the costume wise. And then the other lady who looks like what's her name, I don't know the character name that she played, I forgot her name. She also looks really put together when it comes to costume because she was coming from a rich family. Her hair, makeup, and her cute outfits, yeah, she really looked really good in this movie. Next thing I like about this movie is the length. Yes, when it comes to length, you guys know, I keep saying that a good story shouldn't be more than 2 hours. Well, it depends, like, especially if the story doesn't really give anything exciting. But yeah, this movie, you know, is not 2 hours. I like that. I appreciate that a lot. So let's talk about characters. When it comes to characters in this movie, I really appreciate the new girl that was in this movie. Yeah, I just want to touch a little bit on her character. I think this girl kind of resemble Angel Inigwe. I don't know, guys. When I saw her in the movie, I'm like, wait, especially this picture or this scene, I saw her, I was like, whoa, this girl, she looks, you know, a photocopy of Angel Inigwe, and she looks really pretty as well. So I really like her character in this movie, the way she was patient, delivering her lines, and she was in tune with, you know, her role as a rich young girl, not spoiled brat, just a rich young girl who was in love and understand the situation of her boyfriend and then her sister. I kind of understand how she played that role. I really enjoyed her. She was the character that I kind of found wanting more from her. I wanted to see if she can deliver more of that. Yeah, she was the character I like in this movie. So yeah, those are the things I like about this movie. Moving on to what I do not like about this movie. I'll start with the cast of this movie. First off, when you watch the movie, it's okay. Like, it's an okay movie. But what is wrong or what I don't like is the cast. Annabel and Ezike, like, these two are always paired together when it comes to Ruth Kadiri movies. I know she kind of discovered them or brought them into Nollywood or YouTube Nollywood, I don't know. But they didn't fit this role that they were acting. There was something just off about the whole production. the character, the casting was a wrong casting. I would have preferred that Ruth Kadiri would have casted the other group, which is Chididike, Francis, Genevieve, that group for this role. Then Annabel and the boy or the guy will play siblings to those people that I just mentioned. You get me? These actors were too young for such a role, and it gave it a wrong casting. They look off. The story was a good story altogether, basic one for that matter, but the cast was just wrong. Like, you are watching, you're like, no, this role doesn't fit. Like, they were acting as an adult towards their children. I mean, they may be 19, 20, but like, with their stature, they just didn't fit the role they were playing. So for me, I feel this role was just a wrong cast. Didn't fit them at all. So that was something I didn't like about this movie. Then I want to talk about their acting as well. Again, you guys know that I am yet to find a role that Annabel and this guy have acted that I've really... I think the only role that I appreciate was The King's Heart, where Ezike was inside, or what's his name, whatever, was inside. He played like 2 scenes, and I think that was where I said, okay, I like him in that movie. But where he is a main character and he has so many roles to play, I am yet to accept that he can act. Even with Annabel, maybe I'm yet to accept that. So their acting, I know. Their role was to convey emotion to the audience or to a viewer, and you watch the movie and you're like, you're not feeling what they're doing, you're not feeling sorry for their character, you're not feeling emotionally connected with what they're doing. Like, there's a whole question mark with their acting. I don't know if it is bad acting or they just was not immersed with their character. Something was just off. Like, I don't know if it's wrong. Look, I don't like the acting in this movie with these characters. Then we talk about where Annabel was fighting the uncle on the street. I was like, what the hell was that? Like, what kind of acting? What was the idea about that role? Or what was the idea about that scene? Oh, guys, man, this movie, there was so many question marks in terms of acting and character development and portraying, immersing yourself in the character, conveying emotions. Like, all of that was lacking in this movie. And I asked myself, Ruth Kadiri, what are you doing to your movies? This is, man, you need to up your game. This is not it for me at all. Then another character that I was even questioning was the woman that was sharing the same house with them. She was helping them resolving issues. She was acting as a auntie. She was not related to them. She was just acting a neighbor who was just there to help as much as she can in terms of solving their dispute that happens between siblings. And I think I appreciate her role, what she was doing. But my question was, when the little boy got sick and she, they rushed to hospital, whatnot, she was supposed to be the auntie or the big auntie or big whatever to them, and especially when they need financial assistance. I mean, she's not obliged to, but she was acting as that role. So why couldn't she just help out? Well, this is not really a thing, but I was just thinking out loud. Then last thing I don't like about this movie is the size. I don't know why Ruth Kadiri didn't put or posted this movie in the right frame size. So that was something I didn't like. And on that note, I'll rate this movie a 2/10. Just because it's confusion, like the actual thing that makes a movie, which of course is the portraying of the character development, bring the emotions out. They didn't do that. Wrong casting was a big factor for me in this movie. But that notwithstanding, yeah, if you haven't watched Danfo Dreams and you want to watch it, it's on Ruth Kadiri 24/7. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in the next movie review.